What's going on, everybody? Ryan the Mighty Quinn here, the cornerman underscore MMA. This one is by recommendation to Diego Ferrer, big fan of the page. Thank you, Diego. I'm surprised I missed this one. We got a big bantamweight fight coming up in the UFC 287 in April. So we got Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez. Fantastic fight. So I think that Rob coming off the loss to Chito Vera, tough fight, still showed he can mix it up. Adrian coming off his win to Tony Kelly back in June. Uh, who's going where? So Rob, a little bit older, kind of been around for a little bit, but still in the top ranking, still in the top 15. And then Adrian's on his way up as well. So uh, obviously both strikers. Well, I'm not going to get into who's better where right now because it's pretty obvious what we're looking for. So, but as far as who wins this game, who could establish volume, I would say in the striking game would probably be the best bet. Now you got the more traditional Adrian Yanez, who actually does a fantastic job of controlling the center of the center of the octagon. He's you want to get him to get those explosive punches, and he rips at the body. And then you got Rob, who's got great kickboxing, has a very good jab, good low kicks. That's what I got going on here. So let's go with Adrian first. So Adrian, he's got a more traditional boxing style. On, like I said, one of the best hands in mixed martial arts. If I'm him, I'm just going to try to overload Rob with boxing, just drown him in my boxing. Now, Adrian does a good thing that's so well is his body shots. He just rips at that body. I haven't seen his last fight. If you watch, I think he was hitting combinations where he was hitting 2, 3 body shots in a row, connecting. Not easy to do, and it pays dividends, especially if you're going to try to stand with him. Uh, Not very jab heavy, which is a little surprising, but that doesn't matter. His power shots are there. So, where Rob is jab heavy, Rob is a good jab. If I'm Adrian, I'm going to try to move that head. And, a lot of times you jab with a fighter, Adrian's going to have to power shot with Rob because that's going to open up all his other power shots to the body, to the head, like head off line, right hand, head off line, left hook, stuff like that. I think that that's going to set up some damaging punches against Rob. Uh, what else here? Oh, as I was saying about the way he controls the center, if you go back and watch his last few fights, he's in the center. He establishes the center, and then he gets that guard up, and then he stalks with his opponent, trying to gauge the range. It's something that I was never very good at, but he also, when the opponent's going on the outside, which I think this might give Rob fits, is he's very good with that lateral movement. He's staying center and he's making you make a mistake with your range, and that's how he sets up his power punches. Like somebody like me and most people, they got to use the jab to set up the power punches. He's very good at disciplining to try to see where you're moving and then gauging you to whop 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 whop, parry jab, whop 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 whop, ripping those body shots. Definitely look for the body shots on fight night there. Going to be very big. So one thing I did notice though about Adrian is he kind of has a little bit of a tell when he's going on the offensive. He has a very high guard and he's kind of upright when he's kind of gauging, kind of ranging. And then when he's going on the offensive, he kind of drops his hands a little bit and he hunches over, I'm coming at you. Something like that, an experienced fighter like Rob is going to recognize and either A, score off of, or B, what I think of, he's going to evade and get out of harm's way. So, but what does Rob do to score here? You can't score that way. Like I said before, Rob is a very good jab. I wouldn't really, similar to how we broke down a fight last week with Nelson and Ho Choi, kind of make it a kickboxing fight. However, I think that he does need to throw a little more hands here. He's got to set up some leg kicks. Rob has a very good kickboxing background, trained at City of Tong, which was one of the legendary gyms in mixed martial arts, but more so New England. But so Rob is very good with throwing 2, 3 jabs in a row, moving that head. Moving that. Now, here he's going to have to establish that jab. Maybe right hand of the body, but I would establish that jab and right kick. Try to chop those legs down. Try to pay dividends and not have that forward progress from Yanez coming in the later rounds. This would be a knockout approach for Adrian, more of a scoring damage approach for Rob. So Rob, like I said, Rob is going to have to, try to score off of when he's on the defensive, when Adrian's on the defensive, And then when he notices that he's on the offensive, try to see if he's picking apart any head movement, or just try to score with a jab, body kick, and get out of the way. If you're scoring with that body kick, you're going to stop the opponent. So the power punches aren't going to really be there. Now, adjustments. So for Adrian, I would totally be looking, if this isn't working, and then here, I would be moving that head one place to the other and try to getting, kind of like I mentioned before, getting around Rob's jab. Getting around Rob's jab is going to be the whole thing here. So and just keep with the boxing. Rob might try to shoot if he gets into trouble. He's done that before. He did that against Chito. And then with Rob, it's going to be how would I do this if I was? I mean, Rob might try to shoot under some punches, but I think that for Rob, instead of doing the leg kick, you're going to have to answer with some power in your own right to try to stop him from coming forward. Throw the overhand 2-3, 2-3-2. Try to get the opponent to get something to think about, especially if with, I said prior, with Adrian's defense, he comes up here, he gets up upright. So landing power punches there is not necessarily a way to do damage, but it's a way to stop your opponent to set up a takedown, or B, just get out of harm's way. It's funny, we're using power offensive for defense in this one. So that's the key here. What's going to happen after Robert Tront's jab? Is Adrian going to get around it, or is Rob going to establish it and throw those leg kicks? Let me know what you think, guys. The Cornerman MMA. Please like, subscribe, and share. I look forward to your comments. Thanks. Bye.